Remember your pain. The pain of having your homeland stolen.
With so many action JRPGs on the market, compiling a list of the best 10 felt impossible, but somehow we did it. If you're looking for a new JRPG to dive into, you're in the right place because this list is going to include classic and modern action-based JRPGs for you to choose from based on your preference. But I don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's get started and dive into the first gem on our list. This game went under the radar due to poor marketing, which is a shame because the actual game in itself is a banger and viewed in a high regard. The style and aesthetic of this game alone is enough to sell me on it, but combining it with the OST, the story, and the gameplay makes it a real gem. The story follows Rendo, who wakes up in Shibuya, but in another world called UG, short for the Underground. In the Underground, Rendo takes place in the Reaper Games, which is a week-long competition between dead people to determine who gets to go back to the world of the living. The gameplay allows you to switch between characters and equip one pin to each character. Now, these pins essentially are just abilities, and the game offers over 300 of these. So finding the ideal combination of pins for your party will be essential to making combat even smoother and clearing some of the harder content. There is an anime for this series, so watching the anime and trying the demo will be a great way for you to gauge your interest before committing to spending any money on the game.
Seize the dead! Showtime!
Granblue Fantasy Relink just released and it's lived up to all of its hype and anticipation. Currently, there's 18 different playable characters, each providing a unique combat style and gameplay experience, and there's an additional 3 characters on the way. The devs before launch bragged about 100+ hours of post-story content, which I was initially skeptical about, until I found myself 120 hours in and still having fun with the game. The post-game content primarily comes in the form of 4-man multiplayer raids that you're gonna need to farm for materials in order to enhance your characters as well as your weapons. These can be done online or offline, but if you plan to do it offline, the game does become a bit more grindy. Granblue Fantasy Relink seems to be just getting started as they recently released a free DLC with the hardest raid boss in the game, and they have 2 more additional DLCs planned that are on the way that are also gonna be free. If this piqued your interest, I already have several videos on the channel highlighting this game and a full review, which I'll link at the end of this video. That being said, I plan to make several more videos discussing JRPGs like the one you're watching now, so I really would appreciate it if you help me get this video to 100 likes and subscribe to the channel for me.
In Liberation and the Renaissance. Looks like we've got our work cut out for us.
Tales of Arise was released in 2021 and instantly became a fan favorite JRPG due to its vibrant scenery and its unique take on action-based combat. Tales of Arise combat is similar to Final Fantasy VII Remake in the sense that it's an action-based game, but has systems that incorporate the strategic elements of a turn-based JRPG. This stops the game from feeling like a generic hack and slash title with anime influence. You can swap between members of the main party, and each of them fulfills a different role and playstyle, guaranteeing there to be a character that you enjoy playing and controlling as you progress within the story. The vibrant colors of Tales of Arise make this a game you'll never get tired of looking at. The beautiful scenery is in contrast to a dark story taking on the difficult topic of slavery. You'll travel with the main cast to free an enslaved race, but there's several twists that are going to prevent this from being a predictable story. This is yet another game I've done a full review on, so if you're interested, make sure you check out the channel for more.
You have to remember, we're a team.
Scarlett Nexus is an action-based JRPG that's short and sweet, but also has replayability if you find yourself enjoying the combat and wanting more. Scarlett Nexus allows you to choose between 2 characters, each with different campaigns, but both of these characters have psychonesis abilities, allowing them to weave throwing objects at enemies into combos or just form brain links with companions so that way you can acquire their abilities. The story setting is a futuristic world where humanity faces threats from a mysterious creatures known as Others. The OSF, or known as the Other Suppression Force, is formed, compromising of individuals with unique psychic abilities. Regardless of which playable character you choose, they're going to be new recruits to the OSF, and as you progress through the game, you'll navigate political conflicts as you learn the real secrets behind the Others' origins.
we are perpetually trapped.
Nier Automata has received widespread critical acclaim for its innovative gameplay, emotional storytelling, and stunning visuals. In Nier Automata, humanity's been driven from Earth by invading alien machines, forcing them to seek refuge on the moon. In an attempt to reclaim their planet, human-made androids known as Yorha are developed to fight against the machines. Players take on the role Yorha Units 2B, 9S, and A2 as they navigate the war-torn Earth, uncovering the truth behind the conflict, and grapple with the questions of identity, consciousness, and the meaning of existence. The story can get a little bit weird at times, but it's definitely going to keep you intrigued and interested. The real-time combat system is fluid and satisfying, with smooth transitions between melee and ranged attacks, as well as the ability to upgrade and customize characters' abilities and weapons. The game's open-world structure encourages exploration, and you can find yourself lost in the immersion of the world of Nier Automata.
Tell me, is it really you?
Odds are, if you're watching this video, you've probably already heard of Final Fantasy VII Remake, so I won't spend too much time selling you on it. If you haven't already played Final Fantasy VII Remake, I can't stress this enough. You need to pause this video and go buy it immediately, because in my opinion, this is one of the best action-based JRPGs of all time. As I mentioned in the Tales of Arise section, Final Fantasy VII Remake is the perfect combination of action and turn-based combat. But not only that, in addition to it, it comes with the legendary story of Final Fantasy VII, but this remake has twists and turns to make it a unique experience different from its original game. The second game of this trilogy just released, so you're in for a treat if you haven't played this game before, and I really encourage you to give it a try. That concludes all of our titles on the newer side. Now I'm gonna give you a few classical-based, action-based JRPGs, if that's more your style. Most of these are gonna be franchises with multiple games, but this is perfect for someone looking to immerse themselves in a new lore-rich JRPG, but I'm also gonna make recommendations on which are gonna be the perfect entry-level titles. If older games aren't your preference, feel free to check out this video of upcoming JRPGs of 2024, but let's get started with the first classical choice. The name may lead you to believe that this is a sequel, but Star Ocean: The Second Story is a standalone plot within the Star Ocean universe. Star Ocean: The Second Story was genre-defining when it originally released in 1998, but Square Enix just released a remake of this game less than 5 months ago. I'm gonna really recommend the remake because they modernized this game, but still left it having a nostalgic feel that you may have gotten from playing the original. A quick synopsis of the story is that Claude finds himself stranded on an underdeveloped planet Expel after an unexpected encounter with the mysterious artifact. Rena, a native of the Expel planet that Claude landed on, discovers him and attempts to assist him. Stranded on the underdeveloped planet of Expel, Claude must adapt to his new surroundings while uncovering the mysteries of the ancient artifacts and confronting the cosmic threats. You'll have the choice to play as Claude or Rena and recruit up to 6 additional characters to fill out your 8-man party. A unique mechanic about Star Ocean: The Second Story R is its private action system, which allows you to make party members like or dislike other characters. This is going to have a significant impact because it's going to give you combat buffs as well as affect the flow of the story. Star Ocean: The Second R provides significant replay value because how you spend these private actions and other decisions throughout your journey affect your ending with up to 80+ different variations of it.
聖者の世界ではあるけれど
Oh man, this title just encompasses my entire childhood, and I can't believe that Kingdom Hearts is a franchise that was released over 20 years ago, but it's easily withstood the test of time. From the outside looking in, this game can appear to be for kids or childish due to it revolving around Disney characters, but the story writes these characters in a more mature manner. The plot follows Sora attempting to find his friends, requiring him to travel to several Disney-based worlds, each that have their own subplot that you have to work to resolve. The story takes a more Final Fantasy-esque spin when you learn that there's an organization in the background manipulating things and interfering in each of these worlds. The combat is just hack and slash with influences from Final Fantasy's combat system, but this game is still ongoing, so the combat system is still evolving with each title. Kingdom Hearts 4 was recently announced, so this is the perfect time to get into the franchise. You can start with the more classical looking games and progress with it until its latest release. The story and the timeline of Kingdom Hearts can be a little bit difficult to follow, but if you're looking for an amazing game or just something to bond with your kid over, this is going to be a great selection.
It's been forever since I last logged into the world.
With .hack GU, you'll follow Haseo as he enters an MMORPG known as The World. Haseo's only objective is to get revenge on a notorious PKer known as Tri-Edge, who killed his friend Shino, leaving her in a coma in real life. Attempting to do a spoilerless summary may make .hack GU sound very similar to Sword Art Online, but I promise as the story progresses, it has several twists and turns that'll separate the two titles apart. During my initial playthrough, I was extremely intrigued by Tri-Edge's similar appearance to Kite, a main character in another .hack series that I never got into, but I was slightly familiar with the appearances of the main characters. That in itself got me to dig down the .hack rabbit hole, and it also fed into the mystery of Tri-Edge, making me want to play the game even more and uncover the history and the past behind why Tri-Edge is who he is. The .hack series though is another long-running franchise across multiple different medias, but .hack GU is a great entry point because it's its own separate timeline and was recently remastered, allowing you to buy all 3 games at once with .hack GU The Last Recode. With its compelling story and immersive world building, .hack GU is a must-play for JRPG fans, offering a memorable gaming experience that's going to keep you hooked until the very end. This is a particular series that I haven't played, but when doing research, I felt like it needed to be included in this list as one of the best classical action-based JRPGs you can find today. This series runs further back than almost any of the other JRPGs on this list, but depending on your preference really depends on where I suggest you dive into this franchise. The most recommended game is YS, the Oath In Felghana. I apologize, I know I'm probably saying all of that wrong, but I'll have it listed so you can read it out yourself. But this is the game that most people recommend because it offers a standalone plot, allowing you to enjoy the lore without any prior knowledge. From that point, if you find yourself falling in love with the series, you can begin navigating the extensive universe to choose your next title. But as I mentioned earlier, I've not played this game, but I've seen like non-stop fans just praising this game, and I wanted to be sure to include it so that way this list isn't just like sprinkled in only my bias. I wanted to get some other opinions in here as well. These are going to be the action-based JRPGs you can play today, but if you check out this video here, I go over the best JRPGs you can look forward to releasing in 2024. But I thank you guys for your time, and I'll catch you in the next one.